Hey guys, the Super Review Show for another My Thoughts on video. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, but why not? It's My Thoughts on. Today's My Thoughts on video is on DareDevil and a Marvel Studios attempt to make a new film of the character. First things first, let me get things right off the bat. I love the DareDevil movie with Ben Affleck. I think it was a fun movie. I thought it was really good. The one bad part of it was that teeter-totter scene. Other than that, it was a really fun movie. I loved it. Elektra was great. Bullseye, the whole thing, great stuff. It fit that era of comic book movies, personally. But then the rights reverted back to Marvel, and we got Marvel's Netflix DareDevil show, which was awesome. As a lifelong Man Without Fear fan, aka Daredevil, I loved that show. It's a shame it only lasted 3 seasons on Netflix, but hey, that's what happens. So, where does Marvel go from here? Because I keep hearing all these rumblings, but Spider-Man is, he's going to be in Spider-Man, right? He's going to be in Spider-Man. I'm one of these people. I have no idea if Daredevil will even be in Spider-Man. I mean, there's so much unknown at this point. I mean, the trailer that came out today, I saw it when it first came out. I was like, oh my god, they're doing a lot of stuff. So, Sandman, Lizard, we'll talk about it later, but Daredevil was nowhere to be seen. They did not show anything about Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or Daredevil. Doing a Daredevil movie in the MCU. Let's not forget the Netflix shows are still in the MCU. But if they did do it as a live-action adaptation, here's Daredevil on the big screen again. Here we go, with Charlie Cox returning. His comments recently at a Comic-Con said, it'd have to be reimagining of the character. They'd have to reimagine a lot of stuff. He used that word reimagine quite a bit, which means to me, which I personally think that, hey, maybe he is talking about, maybe there have been Kevin Feige and Charlie Cox discussions about bringing the character to the big screen. And my personal opinion is that the Daredevil Netflix show, you have to bring 2 key things about this movie. About if they would ever do a Daredevil movie with this actor instead of actors. Daredevil, you have to bring all the characters back, bring Kingpin into it, bring Elektra into it, bring his lawyers, I'm forgetting the character's name, bring all these actors that you had in the Netflix show into the movie. That's the first step you do, solidifying the relationship between the 2 universes, the TV Netflix universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's thing 1. Actually, there's 3 things now that I think about it. Second thing is the rating of it. With a Daredevil PG-13 in 2003, that worked out pretty well. I mean, it was dark for the most part, but it was also 2003 dark. Times that you got, we're in a post-Dark Knight era. We're in a we're in a post-Dark Knight trilogy. We're in a post Man of Steel. DC really got dark characters going. We're in a post, anything is possible in comic book movies at this point. Anything is possible. But we're demanding more as an audience. And what I can honestly tell you is that the rating of the movie would have to be either PG, a really, really hard PG-13, or an R-rated film. Or a light R-rated film, if you will. Which may not make a lot of sense to you, but it's an R-rated film that is kind of like a Deadpool, but with more darkness to it, I think. Because Deadpool was just hysterical. But not a lot of humor, very serious, grounded in reality characters. Somebody even thought, I thought to myself, what if Christopher Nolan directed a Daredevil movie? Because his films look at The Dark Knight. It was grounded. It was in reality. It was set in on the streets of Gotham type of thing. Who's to say Marvel says, hey, Nolan, you want to direct a Daredevil movie for Make It Rated R? Anything's possible, guys. This is my thoughts on video. This is my thoughts on this. Could Christopher Nolan come in to do Daredevil? I have no idea. This is just my theory, my thoughts. That's the second thing. With the PG-13 rating, either go hard R or go really hard PG-13, either or, and see what you can do. The third element I'm going to say, and this involves the rating, is let's just assume they make it a Daredevil movie. If you bring John Bertho as the Punisher into the movie, it's going to be rated R no matter what. If you have seen the Netflix show of Punisher, of Daredevil, this is an R-rated like universe in the streets of Manhattan or Hell's Kitchen with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, not Luke Fist, sorry. These are hard R characters that have a lot of depth to them, a lot of drama, and all this other crap. I think if you were to do a Daredevil movie and you bring in, you could do PG-13 Daredevil, no problem. But if you bring in the Punisher, it has to be rated R because he is an R-rated character. The Punisher kills people. He doesn't just take out bad guys. He kills bad guys. He shoots them in the head. It's pretty intense stuff. If you've ever read a Daredevil comic book with the Punisher or a Punisher comic book, you know what I'm talking about. I've read a bunch. It's crazy. He just shoots people left and right. In fact, the first appearance of Punisher was in a Spider-Man comic book. How about that? Who would have thought? So then, just on a quick side note, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Punisher have all had shared history in the comic books. That's a really out of left field thing, but anything's possible. And Feige we trust with Marvel and whatnot. I mean, this is just my thoughts on this. But overall, bring in the cast. Make it. You could do PG-13 if it's not. But if the third point is, if you bring in the Punisher, it's going to be an R-rated film because John Bernthal did a killer job, haha, pun intended, with the Punisher. So overall, though, I think that anything's possible at this point with Marvel. Seeing a Daredevil movie, not a Netflix show, with that cast, anything is possible. Do you see Daredevil in the Avengers at some point? Do you see Daredevil being directed by Christopher Nolan? Are you a Daredevil fan? Jump down in the comments section below. Share your thoughts on this. Thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are amazing. But for all of your my thoughts on videos, keep it locked on the Super Review Show. J-Man, it's off to rock. We'll see you guys later.